Hey guys, welcome back to our latest tip and hint. And today we're going to cover, our tip is going to be about how to survive the down day. And for those of you that aren't familiar with us, you say down day, it's one thing that we're an advocate of. I would say about 80% of our clientele follow what we consider up day, down day eating or alternate day eating. Basically where you're switching calorie levels from day to day. And it will be determinant a lot on people's goals. That person, there's no cookie cutter approach to it, but about 80% of our clientele follows what we call alternate day eating or up day, down day. So the lower calorie days is what we affectionately call the down day. And there's some very important things to surviving the down day. Now, it's not really as bad as it sounds, because most people that are advocates of this plan will tell you that the down day is great. The down day is really easy. And if you manage your up day appropriately, you never feel bad on your down day. You'll get a little bit hungry, but most people are fine. And the reason why we're such big advocates of the up day, down day is the fact that it gives people freedom, flexibility to eat a little bit more than what they probably should on a traditional up day, to get those things that they may be craving, to monitor everything through our online system, and then using the down day as a buffer to keep everything in balance. And either if their goal is to lose fat, allow them to lose fat, or if they're trying to maintain their body fat. And there's a very clear-cut system that we have to it, and with some of our coaches that are involved. So the down day, typically a lot of people like it because they are, they don't even have to think about food. They're not eating a whole lot. They, pretty much can get through their day. Don't even have to worry about food. It gets out of their mindset, and therefore they can just stay busy and be very productive. And it's very liberating for a lot of people. Also, there's it's not complete fasting, but the fact that it gets into that arena, there's a lot of positive health benefits about doing that, as far as reduce inflammation, reducing a lot of different illnesses caused by inflammation. It also activates a gene called the SIRT1 gene, which can have all kinds of positive impact on fat loss, health, immune system support, and a lot of different things. And then when altering it with higher calorie days, what you end up finding is you can maintain your muscle, build muscle, depending on what your goals are. And for me, I tell this to a lot of people, I can maintain 5 to 6% body fat year round and eat things that I really, really enjoy. But it's all within boundaries. It's all within a system. So in surviving the down day, I have some tips for you guys today that I've accumulated with talking with people, talking with Jennifer, my wife, and other of our clients and coaches. And I wanted to give a list to you today and give a brief explanation about each of them. If there's any that I'm missing, send them to me and I'll add to the list, and I'll add to this. And so let's cover them right now. Tip number 1 is water. Now I have other posts on water. I have other articles written on water and the health benefits that it has for you. The different processes that it helps with your body, to help with weight loss and fat loss, and what I call the soup of life. Well, water, though, however, acts as a great appetite suppressant. The more hydrated you are, the less hungry you are. And I'm going to give you an extreme example, but I don't expect anyone to do this. But as many of you know, that I enter food challenges and do like these competitive eating things, and I have to really manipulate and manage my diet and calories in order to stay lean. So one of the things that I do to train myself is to drink water in abundance and fast, to expand my stomach a little bit more in a couple days leading up to a food challenge, so I can eat more. So one of the things that I've tested or experimented with in preparing my body for that is drinking a gallon of water as fast as possible and loading nutrients in so my body doesn't excrete too many nutrients. And I'll drink a gallon of water pretty fast, but I notice that if I load in water into my system, I don't get as hungry. I really don't. I mean, there'll be times on my down days or leading up into an eating challenge where I'll get hungry, but it's very minimized. And I can be much less hungry the more water I consume. And I typically, on down days, will consume at least 200 ounces of fluid a day. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that much. I'm just saying at least 100 ounces of fluid a day. And the more fluid you consume, the better you're going to be as far as reducing your appetite. Another thing, too, is one of the things that is extremely important on your down days is to be more active. You would think that you'd want to be more active on higher calorie days, but on higher calorie days, so much attention and focus is put into the diet itself and preparing all your meals and getting enough calories in, then on the down days, it's an ideal time to get out and be active, to not think, because if you're sitting and not doing anything, your brain is going to go towards eating. Or if you're sitting and watching TV, or what my pastor calls the one-eyed monster in the corner of the room, if you're sitting there doing that, you're going to start thinking about food more often. So if you're intentional on your down days about going outside and being more active, that is going to help you a lot. And you would think that, or the other point is, go to the gym and work out on your down days. Now, on the getting into the afternoon or evening of your down days, your carbohydrates are going to start to get depleted. You're going to start to feel not as great as you did in the beginning of the day. So if at all possible, try to go to the gym early in the day, first thing in the morning, because if you think about it, and as far as activity is concerned, what you'll notice is that on the higher calorie days, you're storing up food in your body so it can utilize it on the lower calorie days. So if you have an abundance of carbohydrates on your high calorie days and you're not very active and you're just taking it easy, then your body is storing that and utilizing it on your low calorie days. So if you do a lot of activity early in the day, go to the gym early in the day, or just active in general, your body's going to be feeding off of what you ingested the previous day. The only way that this plan doesn't work is if you just go low calories all the time. So up day, down day. Make the up up, make the down down. It's very important. And a lot of people will notice on these particular plans, on the down day, you would think you feel like crap, but most people say they have increased energy and feel better. And any crap that I get from dietitians or fitness professionals about how unhealthy this is, I just say look at the results. Have people go test their different levels and so forth. And almost anyone who does the diet, anyone who does the plan, has improved health levels in almost all tests that are done. They are able to lose weight, manage their weight much easier, and keep their weight off. So another tip that I have on down days to survive the down days is have soup. Or, I've given you recipes in the summer to do pudding pops, things that take longer to eat and that are less calorically dense. So soup in the wintertime is great because there's hardly any calories if you use a broth or a lean meat or a vegetable. And in summertime, if you do like homemade pudding pops made with protein, it takes longer to eat. Same thing with beef jerky. Beef jerky takes a longer time to eat and isn't as dense in calories. But soup is the king of all of them. You can eat a large quantity of soup and not consume that many calories, because on the down day it's very specific how many calories you ingest. Along those lines, taking as many vegetables as possible. Things such as celery, broccoli, cauliflower, salad, you name it, they're very calorically undense. They don't have a lot of calories to them, and they're more nutrient dense, so you can eat a larger quantity. So on the down days, it's important to eat larger quantity of foods and less calorically dense. So vegetables, soups, beef jerky, protein pudding pops, those are all really good things to do. Gum is another great thing to do on your down days. If you need something, find a sugar-free gum and do that. Sugar-free Jell-O also works well. But just make sure to account for every calorie. So when we set up your plan, you're staying underneath your calories. You're accounting for all calories. But gum is a great thing to do too. It adds 2.5 to 5 calories per stick. And it's a great way to just kind of give yourself something. The one tip that my wife gave me was to brush her teeth. For some reason, if she's feeling hungry and she brushes her teeth on a down day, that, I don't know if it's the fluoride or just whatever's in toothpaste, it'll get her brain off of food and she won't want to consume food. I don't know if you've ever felt that before when you brush your teeth, but when you brush your teeth, most people don't want to eat right after brushing their teeth. So a lot of times we'll brush our teeth 2, 3, 4 times a day on down days just to get us over the hump a little bit. A couple other tips that I have as far as being active is to go outside, play with your kids, hang out with friends. Intentionally plan stuff for your down days so you're not stuck inside the house. If you're going to veg out, chill out, watch movies, do all that, save it for your up day. Your up day is designed to be a rest day. Your down day is designed to be an active day where you're outside. Go out and do stuff. Play with your kids. Get involved in sports leagues. Go shopping. Go to the mall. Do something. And if you're going to be inside, the next point is read a book. I don't know, I've had a lot of people say, I'm not a book reader, I don't like to read. Well, start to read. Not only is reading incredibly empowering to make you a more educated, knowledgeable, wise human being, but it also can take your mind off things. Now, if you're going to read a book that you just don't enjoy, then don't bother. But find a book or a topic that you really like to read and think about that. Those of you that read books or like to read, when you get enthralled in a topic, before you know it, 2-3 hours are gone, and you don't know, where the time went. Well, that's a perfect thing to do on your down days. So read more on your down days. Be intentional about reading on your down days. And the final point, I'll be back in just a second, is on down days, get Quest nutrition bars. This is a brand new flavor they came out with, peanut butter and jelly. Now, most people on their down days will consume about 500 calories a day. And the reason why I'm such a big advocate of Quest bars is our other importance that we put into fiber, the amount of fiber you consume. Now, the Quest bars generally are about 200 calories. They're about, we're looking at this label, about 20 grams of carbohydrates, about 20 grams of protein, but 17 to 18 of the grams, all but 4 grams of carbohydrates are fiber. So if you're trying to get anywhere between 20 to 40 grams of fiber in a day, well, you do 1 to 2 bars and they're already there. So on down days, if you don't feel like making soup, making things, eating vegetables, making dishes that are not very calorically dense but high in volume and you need something, the Quest bar is perfect because it is low in calories. You can do a couple a day if you wanted. The fiber content is very high, so it gives you the ability to get fiber on your down days. And the ingredient list, you can't see this, but is the shortest of any bar I've ever seen. It's extremely good tasting and works perfectly for the down day. So those are, and you can get the Quest bars by going to yourvirtualfitness.com/shop. And there's a tab on the side that will link to where you can buy the bars. And I hope that gives you some tips on the down days. So, the down days really aren't that bad. And there's a trade-off in any diet, but we found that eating higher calories one day, less calories the next day can be very empowering for people. And so therefore the up day, down day works great for people. And here are some tips for you to get you through those days and make it much more manageable and enjoyable for you. I appreciate you joining us today. Have a great day.
When you feel that something's wrong, I'll shelter you and keep you warm. I'll never let you walk alone.